I'm one of those dudes that just loves the game of football. You can put me at water boy, and I'm going to try to do my best. So I really didn't care where I got put.
Have you ever had instances where people question whether you were tall enough or big enough to be a starter at that position?
All the time. Yeah, absolutely, all the time. It's something that always gets brought up, and even when I was getting recruited out of high school, just kind of my size, I guess, played a factor in my recruitment. But it's not something that I really dwell on. Obviously, with Coach Leonard coming in, he's a guy who's done it in my shoes, and there's a lot of other guys too that I look up to. Earl Thomas or Bob Sanders are both smaller guys that have done really well, and it's one of those things that I don't really look on too much.
Have you had any conversations with Coach Leonard about that? I mean, there was a guy, obviously similar situation, undersized, and people just assumed maybe he couldn't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those guys that kind of always jokes about it. If maybe if there's a ball thrown over my head and I couldn't touch it, he always says, "Oh well, you came up too short," or just stuff like that. He'll joke around with me about it, but it's not something that we really discuss too much.
You ever see his videos of him dunking?
I did not. I have not seen any videos, but I've definitely heard about it. He won the dunk contest back in the day. I've heard that.
Spring break, they took a break and just spring practice. They went to the gym.
It's crazy to think that he's doing stuff that Schobert was doing, but it doesn't surprise me at all.
Refresh my memory. During the recruiting process, were you pretty much headed to Pittsburgh until these guys came in, the Wisconsin staff came in and offered you? I can't remember that.
No, it was so. I was kind of decided between NIU, Pitt, and Wisconsin. Pitt and Wisconsin were obviously later offers, like a week before signing day. And it came down to one of those things where I was sitting in my head coach's basement at 12 a.m., getting ready to take my official to Pitt, and I ultimately decided that Wisconsin was the best choice.
Just because of the program and proximity and things like that?
Everything about it, really. The pros definitely outweighed the pros of Pitt back in the day.
What do you think gives you an edge out there? I mean, if obviously people say, well, the height is maybe a negative if you're going against a 6'2" receiver. I mean, how do you do it, I guess?
I think it's really – I'm just a guy that reaps the benefit of a great system. It was like the coaches putting our defense in a great situation, and then the front seven getting after quarterbacks and running backs up there. I'm really just a guy that reaps the benefits of a great system.
What's the biggest difference between this year and last year in the secondary, do you think?
Obviously we lost a lot of great starters in D. Hill, Mike, and Tanner, and those guys were great for us. And I know coming into the season, a lot of guys were eager to kind of show what they had. We had a lot of young guys who were kind of hungry to just get after it and kind of prove what they had. So it was good from that aspect.
With Natrell possibly being out, I know you guys don't know how long. What do you have in the backup? How much confidence do you have in those guys who haven't played a ton, might be kind of young, coming in and taking that nickel spot?
All the confidence in the world. It's one of those things. It's just next man in mentality, and I know they're eager to show what they got, and it's still a group that has a lot of depth back there, and it's going to be fun to see what these guys do.